What's going on, Wikimaniacs? How's it going today? It's your boy Josh and John joined with you today on a Wednesday afternoon.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good midnight, good sunrise, wherever you are.
Probably somewhere. How's everyone doing today? We went to trade war yesterday, John, officially.
We had a trade war. What's going on? Oh, is it that tariff
Tariffs.
shit?
Yeah, they went into effect.
Oh.
But so everyone's probably not doing hot today in North America. But we're glad you could join us. We're going to read some stories, distract you a little today.
Don't worry, guys. We're not charging you tariffs to read these stories. Unless you want to be a patron or a YouTuber.
Every dono costs 25% more, actually. That's
But at least those 25% increase will go to a good cause.
Go straight to Sean.
Which arguably is the best cause out there, he might add.
Oh, man. But yeah, I'm excited to do a live stream. It's been a while since you and I have done a Reddit reading stream live.
It's officially been a month since the last time we did one together.
Was it? Okay.
It was, because I dipped out so fast.
That's true. They're saying you're a little quiet. I'll turn you up a little bit.
Please turn me up.
Yeah. That should be better.
Am I better now, people?
They got to hear those puns when they come in, you know?
You know? Actually, recording that Sunday, it kind of unleashed a lot of my my puns out there. So Fridays and Mondays episode, people, there will be a lot of them, unfortunately for Sean.
There will be. Yeah, shout out. We're streaming live to Twitch, Patreon, and of course YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who's subscribed to our Twitch channel. That's awesome.
Oh, Carolina, today's your birthday. Happy birthday, Carolina. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Happy birthday. Sorry, I'm gonna try and be better with the ads on Twitch because I didn't realize we had those. So I'm gonna try and place them in between stories.
There's ads on Twitch too. My God, there's ads everywhere.
Yeah, I don't have the control on YouTube, but Twitch I can at least try my best.
Bree asks, "How's the jet lag, John?" Still terrible, but managing.
Hell yeah.
The jet lag is real, people. My goodness, especially after like a 14-hour time difference. Boy, that's so rough on your body.
I don't blame you.
Oh God.
I was bad when it was like 6 or 7 hours.
Dude,
it's bad. Cannot imagine the opposite time zone. That would be crazy.
I was in a future for a little bit.
You were.
Like, this is crazy.
How was it?
It was great. Go back, and then I went back to the States, and I'm like, "Fuck this place."
I hate it here.
I hate it so bad.
So once again, if you can't stay for the entire thing, that's totally cool. We're gonna put this on audio. You can watch the VOD later on Twitch, YouTube, and Patreon as well. But yeah, John, did you want to hop into the first story today?
Let's do it, brother. All right.
What's the vibe you brought today?
Oh, come on. No one likes happy stuff, so they're all terrible is what I brought to the table. Wednesday, I'm back in this place. You expect me to make everyone else happy? Hell no, you can be part of my misery, everybody.
That's true. I didn't expect anything less.
I'm gonna drag all y'all down with me, all right? Damn.
I brought a bit of a mixed bag.
Perfect.
So we should be good then. We should be good for vibes.
Come on.
Vibes, going forward today.
Yeah, Emily said Wednesday's full of woe. It's woe Wednesdays, all right? Be sad.
All right. Well, if you want to hit us off with the first woe of the day, John, go ahead.
All right, let's do this. This one is this one's posted by from True Off My Chest, and just spoiler, there's gonna be an update this one. Big reason why I picked this story. I like the username's name. Boba Midscore Economy. I like it.
Boba in this economy?
hey man, it's like 75 cents extra here. Shit, I'd be like, you know what? Hold off on that. Plus, I don't need all the sugar anyway. So I'm like,
That's
damn it.
fair.
All right. Title of this story is I'm terrified to tell my wife what her sister has been doing.
Mm. Is this like there was the one that the sister was cheating, but the wife knew that one.
All right, before we go, I know this has been a common thing. Chelsea said we're both a little bit quiet on our end, so how's I want to do a sound check before we get rolling, guys. Like, are we okay with the sound, or do you want us to turn it up a little bit more?
Yeah, Chelsea said compared to the ad, which I gotta say, YouTube is YouTube and Amazon Prime are terrible. Where it's just like like you'll be listening or watching a show, and then it's just like, Jesus Christ, I'm definitely not buying whatever that fucking thing was.
It's like that one content creator where he just reacts and he starts making eagle and screeching noises and start making moaning noises. Oh, those are my favorite. I'm just like, oh my god, what the hell? All right, people saying it's a little bit quiet. So
Okay.
let us know if we're gonna blow out your eardrums. We don't want that for everybody. So.
Yeah, we're hitting yellow on my end, so I wanna keep us in the green. I don't want
Okay.
us to go too crazy with it.
All right. People, I gotta tell you, just turn up the sound a little bit and just anticipate the jump scares from the ads. We have no control over that. All right. Just want to make sure. All right, we're gonna get to the story. So again, the title of this one is from r/True Off My Chest by Boba Midscore Economy. I'm terrified to tell my wife what her sister has been doing. So story goes as this. I made a throwaway account specifically to post about this because it's been eating me at me and I still don't know what to do. Warning, this is long. That's not what she said. The event that drove me to post here happened 4 days ago, so it's still kind of fresh. For some context, my female 28 wife's 25 female sister, they put my sister in law, is trans, 22 years old. And the entire family has been supportive of her, my wife and I included. This is important. Anyways, my mother's birthday was on the 16th, but since she was away with my dad, we decided to have a birthday party for her at her house on the 23rd. Everybody came, my sister in law included. Now, I feel like I should mention this. Anytime that my wife and I have had a get together with family at our house, and her sister came too, she would always dip off away from the gathering and disappear somewhere in the house. She's very introverted at times, so we'd all think that she just went to play with the dogs or watch TV.
That's what I'd be
That's
doing.
what we thought. You know what? I don't like parties with a lot of crowds. I would be sneaking off to play with a cat or a dog.
Yeah, where are
to
the
be
cats?
Um, but on the night of the 23rd, we were all ushered back inside to light the candles and sing happy birthday to my mom. I said I'd go find sister-in-law since she again went off somewhere. No big deal. So I walk upstairs and I notice the door to the master bedroom. It was closed when I thought I had closed it, and the light was on when I thought I turned it off. So I open it, thinking that I was wrong, and I go turn the light off. Before I could reach the light switch, I saw my sister in law standing in my wife's closet trying on her lingerie. She
Oh,
had one of the drawers to her lingerie dresser on the floor, and she had been taking some out, trying it on, and then putting it back. I didn't say anything out loud because I am a pretty intimidating person, so I just made a noise with the door, and she spun around and slammed the closet door. I mustered up the courage to finally say, to put my mom's name, is ready to sing happy birthday. They're all waiting for you, and stood outside in the hallway until she came out. As I was following her back, that's when it clicked. All of the times where she'd vanished in our house, this is what she was probably doing. I was horrified and sick to my stomach. My wife had clear boundaries about keeping our bedroom off limits, so we've always kept our bedroom door closed. We never thought anything of it. I'm very protective of my wife and her space, and I fought the urge to say something all night, but I never did because I wanted that night to be about my mom. It worked because nobody suspected anything wrong and the party carried on as planned. Ever since then, sister in law has been texting, apologizing, saying how she's been having a hard time passing, and this was her last resort option. This doesn't make sense since my wife has offered many times to take her shopping and help her, and I've always supported that. My problem now is after I tell her what happened, what do we do? Where do we go from there? This is clearly a trust issue now, so how do we rebuild that trust with someone we deeply care about? Not necessarily asking for advice, but just getting those inner questions out there. I'll post an update when I can.
Okay. So yeah, it's one thing to like, you know, have a sibling and share clothing when you're like a kid. I think it goes beyond another step when you're adults in a private space with, you know, apparel that's more
Intimate.
intimate. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's like you don't know where those have been, or you do know where those have been, and you should not want that on you as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely odd behavior. And I might have missed it, but he didn't tell his wife yet.
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, I would definitely do that because it feels like it's a family. You know, that's your sister. You should be aware this is your stuff, and then talk about a game plan together going forward.
Yeah, and it sounds like OP, the sister, has been supportive of the sister's transition as well. To me, minus all of that, right? Sister might be having a difficult time with the whole process. As two straight guys, we probably will never understand what that process is completely. However, I always try, and this is how many times we've said in the podcast already. I always view bedroom as like a safe space and a private, intimate place for a lot of people.
Yeah,
That's an invasion of, or just rooms in general, right? Because that's kind of like where people generally just like, all right, this is where my comfort zone is.
yeah, especially
Eh,
closed off room
yeah,
and a closet. It's like, yeah, you should
yeah,
not be in there.
yeah. I wouldn't have. I would still kind of get mad if it was like, trying on coats, jackets, or whatever, like shirts. I'd be like, you know what? What the hell are you doing in my room? But
Hmm.
intimate, bro, where like some of your juices might get in there accidentally. I
Definitely.
don't I don't want to mix that stuff up with anybody else, sibling or anyone else alike.
Yes,
So that's the part that bothers me is the invasion of privacy of the OP's wife, essentially.
exactly.
All right, moving on to and JKJ Young put the wife might get a UTI or yeast infection. That's a big possibility. We never know.
Also true.
Yeah. All right. So getting on to the update. The update slightly a little longer, but I mean we'll get there too. So they put before I give any updates, I did want to comment on some things. I've had a few people accusing me of posting rage bait and a fake story, and I've had comments asking me what the big deal is. Sisters share clothes all the time. We can just wash it, etc. So I'm going to address those. And to the people saying that it might be a little bit unhinged, I can see the again sharing other clothing, but intimate apparels, hell no.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Like, listen, Sienna and her sister share like dresses or like sweaters or shirts,
Mhm.
stuff like
That's
that. Like,
fine.
that's fine. And that's with consent. Like, that's hey, can I borrow this?
That's exactly what it is, Josh.
Yeah.
Consent.
So that's completely different than sneaking into your closet and wearing intimate apparel.
Yeah. Imagine like, Sean just fucking goes in my closet and tries all my boxers. Bro, I think me and Sean would fight. Or it could turn into something beautiful. We never know.
You never know.
You never know. If you sign up for a $25 content, we may or may have
We don't. We don't have that. I don't know why you guys keep alluding to that.
it's hidden somewhere. No, my story is not rage bait and it isn't fake. My wife and I are both in our 20s and we live outside of Orlando. What happened is very real and may or may not divide our family depending on sisters in law's motive. And no, sister in law being trans isn't the sole reason I posted it. I would have the same reaction if it were anyone else doing it. Those accusing me of transphobia need to get a fucking grip. I don't know what else to say besides that I'm not going to entertain that any further. And I didn't really get any hints of at least the wordings,
No.
but OP being,
I
transphobic
feel
or
I feel if this was a cis sister, it would have been the same
it would
reaction.
have yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, likewise. Now onto the comments asking me what the big deal is. That everyone's exaggerating. Sisters share clothes all the time. The first concern is the fact that she deliberately broke boundaries we have set in our home. Period. The second concern of why it is, in fact, the big deal is that she has been doing this for some time now without us knowing. That'll be covered in the updates. This means that ever since she started doing this, my wife has worn that same lingerie, not knowing that someone else's nether regions was in it before. And no, it's not just bras or tops. There were also thin and revealing bottoms as well, stuff that you shouldn't share with other people. This also included brand new, never worn pieces that wife has saving for our anniversary in 2 months. These all had sentimental value to them, and they weren't fucking cheap either. I gotta say, lingerie, from what I hear, is really expensive too.
Yeah. People were asking in the chat why the transition point was relevant. And I think that's only because the sister brought up that she was
Wanted to
insecure
take her
about,
shopping.
or no, that she was
Oh, good.
insecure about passing at one point. So I think
Gotcha.
that's the only reason they mentioned that. I could be wrong though.
Yeah. And I think they also said something in the front too, like, hey, the sister was supportive about it. So, like, hey, if you need me to go with you to, get new things, like, I'm more than happy to basically take you shopping as well. So I think I also read that as well.
Hmm.
Um, Lastly, it's a huge deal because I walked in on it. I will tread lightly on this since I don't want to be insensitive, but sister in law is still pre op. So unfortunately, she still does have male genitals. I saw this. I, as a lesbian, walked in on a nearly naked person with male genitalia trying on my wife's lingerie. It's traumatizing. Can't expect people to just be all right after that. So these are the updates. Update number one. On late, this is the only update, honestly. On late yesterday afternoon, evening ish, my wife came home from her friend's house. She was there helping her do some DIY stuff in her kitchen in the days after my mom's birthday. I sat her down and I knew she could tell something was wrong because she was holding my hand. I told her everything. I didn't beat around the bush, and actually my exact words were, "Sister-in-law's name has been trying on your lingerie." I walked in on her doing it in the other night at my mom's party, and I've been trying to find the words to tell you. We were stunned with the thickest silence ever, and then my wife just went, "What?" I repeated what I said, and then I included the specific things she was trying on: the brand, color, everything. That's when it clicked in her that I was being serious because she knows that I know what she wears. She stood up and started panicking, asking her if her sister took any of it, if it's been washed since, and if she said anything. I told her not from the looks of it. Yes, I washed it the day you left to go to your friends, and yes, she apologized a lot through text instead. I showed her messages, and she started bawling, saying how she doesn't understand why her sister didn't tell her what she was going on. She then started apologizing to me, saying how I didn't deserve to walk in on that. I tried to divert the conversation back to her, telling her how this was ultimately about what she wants to do. She asked me to show her where she was Ooh, is that rummaging? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Oh, that's when you're going through shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, rummaging. So we went to her closet and I showed her. I could see the color drain from her face and her energy shift. She ended up tossing whatever her sister tried on and I helped her do so. We then went to shower since she didn't want to be alone in her thoughts. She also expressed to me how she felt violated and that her privacy and intimate life has been plundered through and doesn't even want to go back in her closet right now. I don't blame her at all. By the way, this also mows over any remarks claiming that she probably wouldn't care. Well, she does care and she's humiliated. As for confronting sister in law, we've decided to talk to her together at our house with me being my wife's support. What we're going to say outside of asking her the obvious questions is not planned yet, but we do know that how to bring it up, so that's a start. We're hoping there's no dark motive behind this and something we can slowly build and move past, but only time will tell. This is the first update as I don't want to wait until this all ends and flood an entire post with one long story, so I've decided to update all this unfolds as all of this unfolds. Yes, my wife knows now and it's okay with is okay with it so long as I don't reveal anything else about our lives. Her and I both appreciate the support and suggestions. I will keep you all updated.
And no update.
I didn't see any.
Okay. How many days ago was that posted?
This was 5 days ago. That was the last update.
Okay. I mean, maybe they're doing it this weekend. Who knows?
Maybe. So the original one was done a week ago, and then the update was 5 days ago. Still waiting on a new one.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm glad you told your wife. I do feel bad for her being put in that situation.
Yeah.
Like feeling, obviously, someone violating your privacy and your intimate items. That's something she's gonna have to work through with you. And yeah, that's. I hope the conversation goes well. I would maybe distance yourself a little bit, depending on how comfortable you guys are with that. But yeah, that's just not something you do to your sister. That's crazy. Or anyone really. Don't go to random friends' houses and do this either.
Yeah. Nah, and that's kind of like everything is there, like the trust is broken, and especially inviting someone to your home. And I mean, to me, if I have like a sibling or if I have someone really close with, I trust them completely to be like, all right, well, you're in my domain, you're kind of where I am. This is where kind of built my life around, I would trust you not to fucking rummage through my shit. And ooh, I finally used a word that we read.
Rummage.
Rummage through my shit and like, try something that's very intimate to me, like
Yeah.
it's I don't know. It's a trust broken, and it's gonna take a while for me to regain someone's trust. Because it's what if like kind of evolves to the next thing, or what if you're gonna try to if I have jewelry or something else, I'm like, all right, specifically, kind of don't want you going there, and you're still gonna go there, and it just been back of my head, I'm just gonna be like, this person's kind of untrustworthy, and I don't want them around me.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so I gotta give a couple shout outs here. Daffy Poppy, Sandris username, Dino BS, all became subscribed on Twitch. And then we've got one here from Lindsay who said bid for the sent a $5 dono and said bid for the sneaky crab merch next.
Oh wait, was it Emily? Emily suggested to refresh the page. They did comment something recently, and they put, "Oh, trust me, there's another update. I'm just not sure if I even want to post it anymore." So I received a few messages from people. So probably they're just gonna decide if they want to. So
here's the thing.
There's that.
Selfishly, I love when people update because obviously I enjoy the drama, but I also understand not wanting to blow your family shit up. So
yes,
it's a fine line for me of wanting it but understanding as well. So
yeah,
unfortunate.
Also, people in the beginning of the chat, like me and Josh were like staring, like, what are people talking about snails? Like, what did we ever cover a snail story that we don't remember?
Yeah.
What's going on? And someone put coconut snails. Please don't say that because that's one of my favorite delicacies. Like, there's this. I used to like live by Southern California. I used to drive all the way to Santa Ana, and there's this amazing Vietnamese like community there, and they serve like coconut snails and pandan waffles. Those are like my favorite combination. Please don't ruin that shit for me.
I'm gonna run an ad on Twitch here and see if that helps avoid ads going forward.
Oh, you have to manually do it?
Yeah, I think you can.
Oh,
so it might help. I don't know. So we can just before we get into the next one.
Wait, Riding Giraffe said the dude that was feeding his girlfriend snails without her knowing.
Oh.
We've
done similar stories.
Go to hell.
We've done similar stories. I think the craziest one we did was the girlfriend, and I'm pretty sure this was fake, but
sawdust?
No, the blood.
Oh, the vampire one. Yeah. I don't remember that story. If we ever did a snail one before.
I don't know. Did we do that one?
Well, maybe next time. I'll ruin you guys' life next week.
I don't know if I want that.
There was another one that people telling me to read. Something about swamp of Dagobah or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Heard that one was pretty bad.
That came up with the coconut one, right?
Oh. All right. Well, one of these days, I'll fuck up you guys' life.
All right. Well, let's counteract that one with a ridiculous one. So this one is by HePow1118, and I chose this one specifically for you, John, because you love this kind of topic. It's titled, "Am I the asshole if I divorce my husband for not wiping his butt?"
Dude.
Poop, poop.
Dude. This is disgusting. It's gone to the point that I carry a pocket bidet with me at all times if we go out.
A pocket bidet?
Yeah. There are some like bidets that you can so basically it's like a cylinder, right? And if you connect like some sort of like, a water bottle or something like that, and you can like, use it, you can splurt it. And I'm like, I ain't never going to a public restroom unless I have that shit on me.
That's
because I feel so gross not doing that.
Yeah, not doing that. That's fair enough.
I brought it with me to the cruise, and people were making fun of me because I was using like Evian bottles to like fucking. My butt is always pristine, people.
You should have done Dasani bottles.
No, I would never subject my ass to that type of water, all right? Hell no. My butt deserves better than that stupid ass, nasty, disgusting swamp of a fucking water. Holy crap. I hate that shit so much.
That's
And now they got the nerve to say now with no salt. Well, fuck you, bitch. It was trash to begin with. It's always gonna be trash, you nasty ass Dasani.
we have
You put the ass in Dasani, you fucking nasty ass
Dasani.
water.
We have to
Holy
sell
shit.
that now, Dasani, and then it's just like
Oh,
not even for my ass.
this Dasani pisses me off. That's a no for me, dog. Like I ain't never gonna drink that shit.
Oh fuck. All right.
We've
Well,
been asking for a Tushy sponsor too, people.
we have
Like,
been. Yeah. Yeah. Not
and
happening yet.
no, we're not gonna tag the wrong Tushy, right, dog?
No. Tag the wrong one. All right. Let's hop into this one here. It says, "Yep, this is pretty much the title. My husband recently started saying that he's not going to wipe his butt anymore after using the restroom. He got it into his head that alpha males do not wipe, therefore he is no longer doing it. He has been, for the past 2 days, walking around everywhere we go telling guys, alphas don't wipe. He is very serious about not wiping, and he is not listening to reason. I don't know what to do, and I fear that this might be the start of the end of our marriage. How do I convince him to wipe?"
If you think alpha people don't fucking wipe their ass, well, guess what, buddy? I'll fucking divorce your ass because that is disgusting.
I don't know how that's at least with the other alpha tropes, I'm like, I see how your fucked up mind got there. I don't understand this one. I don't understand this one. It's like, how does that make you better in any way?
Look, anytime someone describes themselves as alpha, it bothers me because
Yeah.
there can only be one alpha, people. So you're telling me all you guys are alphas? You guys are all sheep at this point, listening to someone else above you, apparently.
Yeah.
So
Listen to some
that kind of
dumbass.
makes you not an alpha, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, so Reddit Deem Not the Asshole. OP followed up with a couple crazy comments. Comment one was, "What's worse is the last time he went to the bathroom, he didn't wash his hands because he said he didn't touch anything and flushed the toilet with his foot." And then this was in response to someone saying, "This is not real." OP said, "It's 100% real. This is the same guy who told me jerking off would make him gay because he would be touching a dick."
Then I'm gay as fuck. Holy shit. What? Oh,
Holy. That's gotta be the dumbest shit I've ever
why do men, specifically, why do alpha men? Oh, this is ridiculous.
Holy. That's the
Holy
greatest
shit.
thing we've ever read.
Well, I'm gonna have to make, I'm gonna have to look at myself in the mirror and be like, why are you gay?
Emily, fellas, is it gay to be hygienic? Apparently. Angie sends $2 and says, I'm about to vomit. Get rid of him. Yeah, I agree.
As you should. Divorce should have been done a long time. Flush this motherfucker out of your life because, oh my God, he's gross as hell.
Yes.
I can't, you know what? If I was your friend, I would probably never, ever come over. Kevin, you crazy dog. I'm not going to play. We're going to go out for a walk after this. Can you give me like 2 hours? Please.
Says no now.
He's dogging me right now. Look at him. He's just like.
Can't even see him.
He's in the bottom of my screen. If you full screen me, you'll probably see him. No, you could just see his ears. But, buddy, give me like a couple hours. I got you. It's cold as shit outside. You gonna be good? Squeeze out later. Right? I have to like negotiate with him all the time. Nah, he's gonna squeeze it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, on to my next story. All right. You want to run those ads, Josh, just in case?
Oh, no, we're good. We're good on the
All
ads.
Right. Sweet. All right. My next story is from Today I Fucked Up.
Classic.
And this one is posted by Calligrapher Dry 3424. The title is Today I Fucked Up by Getting Emotional and Possibly Ruining My 10-year-old daughter's relationship with her friends after no one showed up to her birthday party.
That's a tough position to be put in.
Do you want to go out, buddy? Hold on. Let me just let him out real quick.
Yeah, no worries. I'll give a quick shout out to Twitch chat. Shout out to Sean Co Films and Babovic for signing up for Twitch Prime. Appreciate you.
I'm crashing. Sorry. All right, where was I? Okay, I said the title already. All right, story goes as is. And you got any other shout outs, Josh?
No, I already did them. We're good.
All right, sweet. My daughter has never had a birthday party before, and she has always struggled to make friends. She has really put herself out there and actually made friends with a group of girls, and I'm very proud of her. So when she asked for a birthday party this year, I was happy to oblige. Her birthday party was this past Saturday. We had decorated our place with balloons and stuff. We set up the food, snacks, and cake, and the party packs that we chose together. My daughter kept straightening things up, trying to make sure everything looked perfect. She was very excited. The only people who showed up to the party were the elderly neighbors that my daughter and I are close to, and a friend of mine and his fiance. My daughter spent almost a whole day looking out the window, waiting for her friends to show up, and not one of them did. It was sad to witness. When the day came to an end, she cried in my arms, sad that not even one of her friends came. It was very hard to witness, and she even went to bed earlier than her bedtime because she was so upset. I was really sad for her and found myself messaging the parents of the girls. I went on a rant telling them that it was really inconsiderate of them to not show up to my daughter's party when they said they would. My daughter was really looking forward to it, only for her friends to not show up, and she was left completely heartbroken. They could have the decency to let them know at least. I then promptly blocked them. I unblocked them the next day after calming down and apologized for being overly emotional, but I think the damage had already been done. Well, thanks to my little blow up, the friends that my daughter worked so hard to make are now avoiding her. And although my daughter says it's okay and that she will make you friends, I know that she is pretty heartbroken. I am now regretting and wondering if I could have had a much better approach.
Well, I have so many questions that I'm like, did you send the RSVP and did they also like respond to that saying yes?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
A lot of the comments are saying like they did send RSVPs and they did say they were going to show up, but none of them unfortunately did.
Okay, then I don't know if they were truly her friends anyway to begin with. That's not something that's easy to comprehend as a 10-year-old. I hope she finds way better friends. That's a really shitty thing to do, especially as parents, to not like be like, no, we responded saying we're gonna go, you're gonna go. So just insane to do that to a 10-year-old.
Imagine having to say that, mediocre interest, but saying that I'm making you friends. It's amazing, but also heartbreaking. Imagine having to say that as a 10-year-old. I'd be gutted completely.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. Man.
Ooh, Bree has I mean, it's not an am I the asshole story, Bree, but they put maybe controversial but hard, you're the asshole for me because your energy should have been focused on improving your child's day rather than arguing with others.
Fair. That is fair. I get the outrage though, to be like, fuck those people. Yeah.
I think the anger is okay on the other kids' parents because I'm pretty sure those kids will have to be taken by their parents, you know. So if the adult is saying like, hey, yeah, we're gonna show up and they didn't go, they could have at least had a decency to, you know, say like, hey, unfortunately we can't make it, just so they know. I think I'm also seeing in their perspective that because their child has been like waiting the whole time, they were probably holding their breath, saying like, oh, people might just be late, maybe not showing up. So I could kind of see why they're doing that. And they kind of had people over. So part of me is thinking that the parents are also entertaining the guests that are in there. And unfortunately, the kid was a victim in the situation, didn't have the, you know, party that they could have had.
Yeah, mediocre interest said it's mama bear rage. If we call them an asshole, it's a justifiable asshole at the
Agreed.
And I would say that's maybe where I would go, but even then I'm like, I don't have children, but I could just imagine being in that situation. I would be pissed. I would hope that I would have the emotional like I hope I wouldn't yell at them and berate them and have a conversation with them, but I get the anger.
Yeah.
I understand it.
I'm a scorched earth type of person, so I'm kind of glad that I'm not put in that place because I will be yelling.
That's crazy. I can't imagine people doing that. Dino BS asks, would y'all want some custom emotes? I might be able to make some for you guys to upload. Ooh.
What does that mean?
I think that might just be for Twitch. I think we have some for YouTube sub members, like people that are.
Oh, like the little emoji faces?
I think so.
I don't do Twitch, people, so I don't fucking know. I'm like, what's an emote? That's crazy.
Yeah, they confirm that's what they're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we do have them on YouTube. I could just transfer them over for now, but if you want to send us a couple extra, that'd be awesome too. Okay, so that was yours, John?
That's it for me.
Okay, I am just debating which one to do next. Let's go to this one. All right, so this one was posted. It's on Best of Redditor Updates. Originally posted on r/relationship advice by Flower Bandids, and the title is "My ex turned up last night drunk. Tomorrow is his wedding day. Should I tell his soon-to-be wife?"
Wait, say that again. I zoned out.
My ex turned up drunk last night. Tomorrow is his wedding day. Should I tell his soon-to-be wife?
Damn, you trying to win them back or something? Is it like a last hurrah type of shit?
I don't know. Could be.
Girl, snitch.
Yeah,
because
I was gonna say, would you tell the wife? You would, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think I would too.
The fuck? The way I just be on the background, just listening into the conversation. Shit.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun for me.
All right. So I was with my ex for 2 years. It was not the best relationship, and we broke up because I moved for university, and I just didn't want to be with him anymore. It has almost been 5 years since we broke up, and I am engaged to be married to my fiancé, who is absolutely my soulmate. Yesterday evening at around 22 o'clock, which is 10 p.m., he rang our...
2200?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 10.
Yeah.
He rang our doorbell drunk. His bachelor party was in the city I live in, and he came to see me. When my fiance opened the door, my ex just started sobbing, saying that he couldn't believe he was real. He couldn't believe he was real or some BS like that. We took him to... my ex started sobbing, saying that he couldn't believe my fiance was real or some BS like that. So...
so he couldn't believe that they were in a relationship with the fiance currently.
Exactly.
Bro, it's been, was it 5 years?
5 years, yes.
If you don't get your Drake Marvin's room looking ass, get the fuck out of here.
And you're getting married tomorrow. You know
yes,
what I mean?
what is wrong with you?
We took him into the apartment because he didn't look dangerous, and he was just vocally vomited before actually vomiting in our bathroom. What I could gather is that he was still very hurt because of our breakup, that he thinks we could have made it work, and he regrets treating me badly. He then threw up again and called an Uber to his hotel. It was very surreal. He was fine. We fed him waffles and coffee to sober him up, and we told him to write to us when he was in the hotel to make sure he didn't die or something. I was left with a weird feeling, almost dirty. I'm thinking of contacting his soon-to-be wife. Or should I call him to encourage him to tell his fiancé? Or should I not do anything and just let this be an anecdote for my future?
Someone said AI. Mediocre interest said AI. And waffles and coffee? You are too specific. Bro. Because, I mean, damn. Waffle House sound good right now. I'm going. Yeah, I would... I'm a petty person. And if this person, comes barging at my door trying to ruin my life, guess what, buddy? I give you the same energy back. The way I would be contacting that fiance, be like, did you know your baby boy still wants me? Maybe you should have that conversation and scorch earth that bitch. I mean,
I wouldn't even phrase it like that. I'd call her, contact her some way, and just be like, "Hey, listen,
this
your
ass was too good. Like he ain't over it.
your groom came to my door, admitting some shit that I think you should have a conversation with. I feel bad for the his soon-to-be wife
Yeah.
because it's just like what a shitty thing to do to that person. Like she is probably getting ready, super excited for her wedding day, and
I
this
bet.
asshole's out trying to find his exes. Fucking crazy.
I hope they had an update. What kind of waffle was it that had chocolate chips? Was it plain?
They do have an edit and then 2 updates, I think.
Oh, let's hear it.
All right, so edit. Thank you all for the feedback. It seems like Reddit is as split as I am on this. LOL. And then just because this kept coming up, my main goal with telling her is not for them to break up. I don't want that, and that's not why I would tell her. The main reason for me telling her is solely that I would want to know if I was her. Nothing else. It's also not me bragging about him not being over me, John.
What can I say? I am hard to get over.
That's not something I care about, and I wonder how some of you twisted it into that.
Oh, that's me then. Fuck, I'm the asshole, right?
Fuck. And then tiny update. I decided that contacting the bride was the wrong move because we are not friends. However, I sent his sister, an old friend of mine, a message basically saying to talk to her brother because he appeared at my door drunk and distressed and tried to make sure he was okay. She thanked me for the message and apologized profusely because my ex had been apparently acting like a fool for a few weeks now leading up to his wedding. She asked me if I was okay and if her brother had gone back to the hotel room because they couldn't find him. I told her he had Ubered home and had written to us that he had arrived in his room around 11:30 p.m. She thanked me again, and I haven't heard from her since.
Okay, I hope nothing bad happened to the guy, but
No.
it really does sound like he's just having cold feet.
Yeah, I would
Big
say so.
time.
Since it's been like a
Yeah.
few weeks of this shit,
Yeah.
sounds like he's trying to create a reason for them to call off the wedding.
Call off the wedding. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at.
Which at that point is just like, grow the fuck up and
Yeah.
talk to your partner.
Yeah, set that person free. Because now if you're still like hung up with your ex and you're trying to commit your life to somebody, that's so unfair for the other person. Because
Yes.
they're willingly to give, plan a future with you and do all those things with you. And if you're still not over that other person, then you shouldn't give yourself to someone else or like be
No.
with someone else for that matter.
Exactly. Another quick update here. His sister called me again to ask if he had come by or said anything about his whereabouts. Apparently, he didn't show up for the wedding, and no one knows where he is. So me telling the fiance is now obsolete. And then the bigger update 10 days later. I'm updating because I still have a lot of questions. Long story short, he bailed. He decided he did not want to commit to his fiance, bailed, and days later called to break off the engagement. A bit more detail. After his sister and I talked, my ex-fiance reached out and was kind of mad. The best man had told her he wanted to see me. At first, she was convinced we had sex, so that took a bit of talking. I felt sorry, and she was very distraught. My ex's fiance. So that was the soon-to-be wife.
Bride, yeah.
Assumed that they had slept together. Obviously not, since her fiance was also there.
Yes.
She apologized, I apologized, and I told her I wished her the best of luck. Saturday, I received a call from his sister. Apparently, my ex reappeared. He went all the way to France. His sister called me to apologize because my ex had stolen one of my lipsticks. I honestly had not noticed, but my ex admitted it to her. She PayPal'd me the money to buy myself a new one.
Hold on, what you doing with the lipstick, my guy? Everything reminds me of her.
Yeah. I said I was not mad and asked her how she was and how my ex-fiance was. On their end, everything is a mess. Everyone is mad at him. I don't know many more details and was kind of not willing to ask. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I have zero sympathy for this guy. He sounds like he's just a damn tool.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where they started, but France, could be far away from. It's
Could be.
crazy to go that far to avoid having a conversation with your partner.
And poor fiance.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, like she went through the ringer with this guy.
That I feel bad for her. She deserves a lot better. And I'm glad that she understood that it was not OP's fault.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Pixie, France is bacon. Holy shit. I don't know if you've heard that episode, but that's a callback.
That is a callback. That's gonna be like 100 episodes ago.
I think that was still when we were doing. Were we still doing Wiki stories then?
Were we?
Probably.
It's
been
actually
a while.
Yeah, that might be closer to 200 episodes then.
France is bacon. That is so goated.
That's crazy.
That bacon this morning was great.
God damn. That is, insane of him to do that.
I would be beating the shit out of that guy. Not even in a video game either.
Sounds like he's doing that enough himself, to be honest.
Fucking go French Revolution on his ass. Holy.
Do that with your own government first. You guys scream about having the Second Amendment and you never use it.
All right. Moving on to the next story. This one is posted from r/am I wrong?
Okay.
And this one is posted by 76320. The title is, "Am I wrong because I don't want to meet my husband's ex-fling even though it's just a friendly reunion?"
No, you're allowed to not meet them. That's fair. I don't. Yeah, why would you be forced to meet them?
I guess we'll find out.
Okay.
All right. Story goes as this. Been married for 10 years now to a 37 man. Oh, male 37 man, I 36 female love. Before we met, he was in a 5-year relationship. During that time, he cheated on his girlfriend once with an Argentinian girl. Let's call her Kelly. He met in Spain during a 4-month student internship. That fling with Kelly was never serious, just an abroad thing. And when he returned to the States, he got back together with his girlfriend. Kelly was living in Argentina at the time and visited my husband the following year. They acted like friends, and that was it. 3 years later, my husband broke up with his long-term girlfriend, and we met and started dating. That summer, Kelly had a planned vacation with another friend of hers and my husband, so they went on a road trip together. I was cool with it. Actually, I didn't know at the time that they had previously dated, but it seemed like just a friendly holiday.
Oh, that's something you should not obfuscate, especially as a previous cheater. Oh, the flags are red.
Yep, I don't know what Argentinian flag looks like, but it should be red at this point. I think, is it blue? Is it like light blue and white?
Terrible,
or something like
honestly. No, yeah, it's light blue and white.
Cool. At least I knew that part. That was a guess too.
Yeah, I should know that. I'm just terrible at remembering shit.
My future husband and I got serious, but due to our studies, we had a long distance relationship. He stayed in DC while I was in Seattle for my studies. I'd be nervous with a long term.
Which side is DC on? I always forget.
East.
Oh, so it's opposite side
Yeah,
of the
so
country.
it's basically the opposite side of the country.
Jeez, okay.
Gotta be like, what, 6-7 hour flight from the US? So
yeah, probably something like that.
It's quite a bit. I would never trust this fool to like be on his own if he's has a history like that.
I don't trust this guy.
In general, right? One day, while talking about past relationships, he revealed his story with Kelly, which was before we met. He also told me that the year after we met, Kelly confessed by email she was still into him and asked if he'd consider moving to Argentina. He flat out refused, saying he didn't feel the same way. He even showed me the email he sent her at the time. One day, he mentioned that Kelly was on a business trip 2 hours away from DC. I played it cool, and they met while I was on the other side of the country. They were out of town and shared a hotel room.
Bro.
No, dog. OP, you trying to play it too cool. You trying to be like the cool girlfriend, but no way. The way I'd be standing outside that room, be like, "Who the fuck are you rooming with?"
Dude, I would just,
Hell nah.
you're never hearing from me again.
Hell nah. I'd be on Dateline after.
That's crazy.
um, he told me beforehand, "You don't have to worry. She's just a friend." Classic shit that cheaters say. We didn't have much money then, so it was easier like this than booking an extra room. To this day, I wonder if anything happened. I mentioned that day to show how trusting I was, and he always said nothing happened. Later on, my boyfriend, soon to be husband, moved to Seattle to live and start working there. He asked if I'd be cool with Kelly visiting us for a weekend. And I said, yes. The weekend went fine. I played the coolest girlfriend ever, even though I was jealous of their shared experiences. It's natural, I guess, but I shouldn't be since they dated before my boyfriend even knew I existed. I just told him after she left that I felt awkward on a few occasions as they mentioned Spain a lot. Not about the two of them, but the overall experience. And I felt a bit left out. That's the two of them fucking the whole time. All right. That's
Probably.
what that experience was. That's why you felt left out. But that's life, and it wasn't too big a deal. A few years passed, and we never saw Kelly. I think they occasionally communicated to wish each other Happy New Year on Facebook or something, but that was it. We got married, and a few years later, my husband went to Spain to have a reunion with friends from there. Kelly came too since she was part of that friend group. I stayed in the US as I couldn't take days off from work, and there was no real reason to be suspicious, but one thing made me a little nervous. They ended up going to the seaside together one day before the whole group joined. There was no special reason apart from the fact that others had to work while Kelly and my husband were off. Now, 3 years later, my husband tells me that Kelly moved with her boyfriend to Minneapolis and she suggested we all meet for a weekend. The only time I met Kelly was many years ago, and it left a bad taste in my mouth. I told my husband I was fine with him meeting her without me, but honestly, we were never friends, so why force it if I'm not feeling it? Am I being a jerk? Am I the asshole here? Am I overreacting? I know they were together for only a few weeks, and that was a long time ago, and before we even met, and that it never meant anything serious. I'm feeling a little jealous, and I don't know why I should force myself. I'm not stopping him from meeting her if that's what she wants or what he wants.
I mean, it sounds like what she wants for sure. Uh, I mean, no, you're not overreacting. You're underreacting it the whole time here. It's okay to set boundaries with your partner, people. That's a lot of those points where it was like, yeah, I would be uncomfortable if my partner did those things as well. Don't don't play a pick me and just go along with it. Say, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. You don't have to be cool with that stuff. Lay down the law a little bit. Yeah, so I think this would be a good starting point for you to be like, no, actually, and then see how he responds.
Yeah, and we always say something about like, man, if you ever feel like you have a gut feeling about something, I would trust it. If you're suspicious about something, and especially, and I don't like when OP said like, oh, they only dated for 2 weeks. Yeah, they probably just dated, but they were doing stuff throughout all that time, and you never know. The way like they kind of met together too is like he was the fling or she was the fling from the jump, cheating on another girlfriend
Yeah.
for her.
Yes.
And then all those single time or all those other, situations where like, all right, she visited one time, they shared a room together. There's already like some sort of a chemistry there. So it's very convenient for them to be able to do all those stuff together, and
Yeah.
and the whole like, that reunion in Spain, everyone else conveniently was there like the day after. I don't know. That's suspicious for me. And just because of like the history they had. And there were some comments, and a lot of the comments kind of said like, kind of what I was thinking the whole time too. So Tamara Lane, lower score, totally put, you have been working super hard to look like the cool girl in your relationship that you didn't realize your partner is kind of a turd. You have much bigger problems than a single double date. To which Serena commented down under, came here to say the same thing. OP is bending over backwards to be the cool girl and to act unbothered by the situation that would bother any rational person. I gotta say, a lot of her verbiage sounds pretty bothered to me too. She's feeling jealous because her shit ass husband is putting her in a situation designed to make her feel jealous, which I'm kind of on board with that.
No, 100%. These are like, he's putting her in a weird position, like position to be in, by like staying in hotel rooms with her, going to hang out with her one-on-one. It's like, no, dude, like you already cheated on someone once with this person.
Mhm.
It's she should be uncomfortable about this. This guy's a piece of shit.
Look at mid score just dropped the bar here. They put no, I don't feel comfortable with this. Should be end of conversation.
100%.
Everyone should just fucking listen to mid score, bro. Mid score's word is law.
The goat. Black Wolf 0901 said, I need John to stay still for 2 seconds so I can screenshot him and draw him.
No, I'm gonna be like this the whole time. I am very animated. Okay, every time I talk, I do move around a lot. Also, I can't sit still. Usually I'm standing up, but I'm sitting down today because I ran a 10K and my fucking feet hurts. So I'm going to be moving around the whole time. And it's like 11 a.m. So it's peak like medicine time for me. So I'm really hyper. So I can't sit still. I'm so sorry.
It's so funny because like for any thumbnail face we do, so easy to find one for John. Sean's real hit or miss depending on the day. He can be super animated. He can be super like laid back and chill. And then most of my faces are similar, so
it's either smiling,
laughing,
face, or laughing.
Yeah. I'm not as animated as John or Sean in many cases. But yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to Mabermoo who resubbed on Twitch. We appreciate that.
Hey, thank you.
But all right, was that the end of that story there?
That was also posted like 4 days ago, so I have not seen an update yet.
Okay, sounds.
I'm picking recent ones for you guys today.
You are. I am too, actually. I've got one here, and I've got to read a PayPal to go into this one.
Oh, okay.
So Elena sent $1 through PayPal and said, "Hi guys, I'm a silent listener, never comment/send messages, but I've been listening since summer 2023, and I love you guys so much. I recently posted a personal story on the sub. My username is blah, blah, blah. I'd love to hear your takes. Love from Ottawa." So shout out to my fellow Ottawantonian. I don't know. Ottawanian?
Would you call your peeps?
I don't know what the proper, I don't know what you call that.
What do you call us?
Name is. But yeah, so they sent a story on our subreddit.
Okay.
Their username, I guess I should shout this out, is Vacation Personal 2575. And the title for this one is, Am I the asshole for yelling and getting mad at my fiance for scaring me?
This listener sent, I'm going with the odds, not the asshole.
Good call. Good call.
Is this a prank from the fiance? Because if it is, on behalf of Sean, this shit sucks. Don't do that to your boy.
Also, I'm going to run an ad here just so we don't get interrupted during the story. So, John, I need you to stall for 30 seconds so our Twitch users don't.
Well, people, how's everybody doing?
Oh, you're so good at that.
How's March going along with you guys? How's first quarter of 2025? Are you guys doing okay? Doing a pulse check with everybody? Let us know in the comments below.
I mean, I think I know the answer for everyone. It's terrible.
Yeah, I
know. But anyway, all right. So the title for this one, once again, is Am I the asshole for yelling at someone, getting mad at my fiance for scaring me? It goes like this.
Scare him back. Traumatize the shit out of him. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
For years, my fiance, 22 male, has loved scaring me, 20 female, jumping out at me, hiding, and making noise, etc. I used to think it was too funny too, but lately it's been really bothering me, especially when he does it in vulnerable moments. The other night, I was home alone and it was already dark outside. I get real anxious when I'm alone at night, so I was already on edge.
Oh, sorry for interrupting. I do apologize. If you hear sirens, there's a tornado warning. So fun.
Yeah, love that. He snuck in without me hearing, grabbed my waist from behind, and scared me so badly that I screamed and started crying uncontrollably. I couldn't stop for a few minutes while he just stood there laughing, saying sorry, but still finding it hilarious. I told him I don't like this anymore. It's not funny. It really upsets me. He said, okay. I didn't think you'd get that scared. Then today, I got out of the shower and was in our bedroom, obviously naked. For context, I've been really self-conscious about my body lately, and in that moment, I was standing in front of the mirror trying to build up some confidence before going to see him. I was actually thinking about initiating something, which I rarely feel like doing these days. Then, out of nowhere, he goes, "Damn," from the closet, trying to scare me again. I immediately screamed, started crying, and covered myself, telling him to go away. He just laughed at first, but when it kept crying, he left and said, "Oh my God, you're so boring." I feel completely defeated.
Stab.
I've told him over and over that I don't like being scared anymore and that it's not funny to me, but he just brushes it off and says he can't help it because I'm so cute and funny when I'm scared. But it's not just a silly prank anymore, it's really upsetting me. So am I the asshole for being mad at him about this, and what do I do at this point?
No, absolutely not. Boy, if you really like scaring the shit out of people, why don't you go apply every Halloween? There's always those haunted houses and be an actor and just scare the shit out of people. If you really like pranking and seeing like the fear in people's eyes, might as well get paid for it and do it in a legal way without tormenting your girlfriend.
And
right?
where they're consenting to be scared.
And they're consenting to be scared. And first of all, people who likes doing that, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Give me your money, because I would not want to get scared like that. But it's also like a scary time too. And this is just me, my like trauma reading or listening to a bunch of true crime podcasts. And statistics prove otherwise. There's always situations where like women get put in vulnerable places, especially like in a dark, walking in an alley. Hell, being home alone sometimes is a damn scary thing. And for you and for the boyfriend to like do that shit, and like especially in their most times where it's like, fuck, I should feel safe here, and popping out of nowhere and scaring the shit out of you. My instant reaction, I would, throw a right hook or a left hook at somebody, because that's just my body instinct saying like, fuck, I'm in danger, therefore I got to protect myself. What would happen if, like, let's say she was cooking in the kitchen one time and she was chopping onions or chopping vegetables, something, and you popped out of nowhere in the counter? If you got a big old like stab in the forehead because it was a defensive thing that she did, then what the fuck, bro? Like, don't be doing that stuff. And if, like I said, if you want to do something funny and do something cute, there's other ways to be doing that. Or damn, get hired somewhere to do that shit for fun. But at this point, all you're doing is you're tormenting your girlfriend. She's been telling you a bunch of times, like, hey, don't do this. Like, I don't like it. And to laugh at you,
yeah,
and saying you're boring and walk out. OP, do me a favor. Break up with this motherfucker. He ain't worth it. He ain't worth a damn thing.
Yeah. John said all the good advice, so I'll say funny advice. Buy a cat. They love being scared.
I'll give you a better advice. Fuck it, stab him. In a video game.
No, this is my favorite thing to do with Ringo is like, I'll be coming around the corner and she'll be coming around like the hallway, and then I'll pop out and she goes and then chases me.
Or here's another suggestion, OP. If you really want to take it to the next level, all right, have a conversation with him. Kind of keep it casual. Be like, oh, honey, I like it when you play pranks with me. This is what I'm scared of. And have him divulge the things that scare him the most in his life. Find out every single detail about it. Then torture him until he can't take it no more. Yes. Drive him insane. Drive him crazy. Make his fears or make his nightmares a living thing, a reality every single day. You want to fuck with me? I will fuck with you back and worse. That's what I would do.
Mason.
I'm just saying.
All right. So
no. Mace is too convenient. That's just physical pain. Torture them where it hurts, where they'll sleep and think about every single thing. Every corner that they turn, they'll be scared for their life. That's what I want to happen to the boyfriend.
I'm saying mace so we don't get demonetized.
Oh, sure.
All right. So there is 2 updates here. First update, our subreddit obviously deemed not the asshole, before we get into that, but update 1, I texted him last night saying, I'm going to bed now, but I need to say this. I don't find it funny when you scare me anymore. I don't care if you think it's hilarious or silly, because for me, it's not. When I'm screaming and crying, I'm not laughing. I'm not having fun. I hate it. It's making me feel uncomfortable in our own home. Especially just now, I've already been feeling extremely self-conscious about my body. I thought I was alone. I didn't expect you to be there, and I'm embarrassed that you saw me like that. I was trying to build some confidence to feel good enough to initiate something with you, and you completely ruined it. I got upset, embarrassed, and your reaction was to laugh at me and humiliate me even more when I'm actively screaming at you to stop and get out. Then, when I didn't, you just brushed it off. You got mad at me for being boring. I have told you so many times that I do not like being scared. This is a boundary I have set clearly, and you don't get to dismiss my feelings, telling me I'm overreacting or turning it back on me. If you don't stop, we're going to have a serious conversation because it's not okay. It's disrespectful. It makes me feel powerless in my own home, and I can't keep having this happen. So that's the text they sent. They go on to say, he didn't answer, but I know this is because he wants to talk about it in person. So we're going to talk today after he comes home from work. For everyone saying to leave him and that he's an abuser or to run, I understand everyone's feelings about it, but he really is the sweetest man. This is the only issue we have.
What? Way to bury the lead here a little bit, buddy. My suggestion, OP, if you're listening to this, I would not do it at home. I would at least do it in a public space and, kind of have a friend to know like where your location is. I'd rather be safe than sorry, in my opinion, at least.
That's fair. He does everything for me, takes care of me, knows me deeper and better than anyone, and I love him more than anyone else in the world. I'm not saying it's okay because it's not, but I'm not going to leave him unless it's due to. I'm not going to leave him due to this issue. I don't believe in that. We've been together for 5.5 years and been through our fair share of ups and downs. I just want to know if I was overreacting, and I've been proven that I'm definitely not, and I appreciate everyone's help and input. I will not be leaving him over this by any means, but I am going to suggest we start couples therapy. Thank you again for the advice and everything. I will update if anything interesting happens. So any thoughts before we get into the final update?
Yeah, ultimately, it's your choice to make that decision where your relationship's going to go, but I will argue with you right now, OP, that you should value yourself a little bit more. You say like you've been with this person for 5 years, but who knows what the next 5 years is going to look like? Is it going to be 5 years of constant, fear and torture from this person who disregards like your feelings and disregards your, mental health, well being? That's going to be an answer you have to, or a question you have to answer yourself. But from an outsider looking in, this is not something worth saving for me, in my opinion.
Donatello put it perfectly. He said, quote, he's the sweetest man. The only issues we have is he tortures me and makes me feel unsafe in my own home to the point of having breakdowns. And he reacts by laughing and calling me boring.
That's what I'm saying. No fucking sane person that loves you and supports you wholeheartedly will ever do that to you. So
Yeah.
you got to get your standards up, homie. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. All right. So on to the final update here. When he got home from work, I didn't say anything at first, but he came over, put his hand on my shoulders, and apologized. He said he felt awful all night and all day thinking about what happened. He explained that he didn't realize I was in the shower and didn't expect me to come out naked because he hadn't heard the water running. When I did, he panicked and didn't know how to react. He was afraid that if he spoke or moved too suddenly, it would seem like he'd been trying to watch me. So he hesitated, trying to figure out the best way to reveal he was there. He thought complimenting me would help, but he completely misread the situation and never expected to scare me the way he did. When I reacted the way I did, he didn't immediately realize I was serious, and when he finally understood, he still didn't just grasp how bad it was until later, when it hit him how awful and disrespectful his comments about me being boring was. He admitted he was completely in the wrong and pushed way too far. I asked why he didn't explain himself right away or talk to me last night, and he said he was just panicking and didn't know how to handle it in the moment. Then when I messaged him, he didn't want to come talk about it because I was going to bed and he didn't want to disturb me. As much as people might want to believe, we had a really meaningful conversation. He fully understands how I feel and promised not to do anything like it again. I told him I don't mind small surprises when I know he's home, but when I don't expect him to be there, it's not okay. And he completely agreed.
I think my silence is pretty loud in this situation. Look, they said they were like when in 20s,
Early 20s, yeah.
early 20s. Y'all still got growing up to do. But if this has been ongoing for so long, sometimes, what do they say? What's the saying about like, tigers can't change their stripes or some shit like
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Unless you put in condition with your boyfriend that, hey, you put in the work, maybe you guys can seek a third party to like counsel you to have better coping because it sounds like this dude doesn't have great communication skills. I don't think he has a great like coping mechanisms. For him to freak out and call you all those harsh things immediately because he didn't know what to do, instead of sitting down, slowing down, and admitting right there and then, like, oh shit, I fucked up. But immediately the response is, you're boring. I There's a lot of red flags happening to me. OP, I'm sorry if I'm like critiquing the fuck out of your relationship right now, but I'm just saying, I think you deserve better. And unless this guy proves otherwise, that he's willing to put the work in to get and gain your trust back, because this is trust gone for me.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I think even giving him that slightly small surprises quote. Oh, John's gone.
Josh just left me all together here, but I'll be wary. Is all I'm saying.
Are we back?
We are back.
Okay.
I think.
But yeah, I agree 100% with what you were saying, John. I think I wouldn't even give him that small concession of like small surprises, because I think that opens up to him slowly doing that again and building up to that. I don't know. I think it'd be a hard line if you ever do this again, ever do something similar to this again. I think that's where you draw the line and walk out on top of couples therapy. I think this is a too far gone situation, but we always hope for the best. You are pretty young. Hopefully he can grow as a person and learn and go to therapy and work on this with you. But I don't know. I'm not hopeful.
Well, if you make him listen to this story, OP, since you are clearly a listener at this point,
just read the comments.
Read the comments, and hopefully, and this is like, I don't know him personally, but I'm gonna try to bro it out to you right now. Brother, if you fucking keep doing this, you're not gonna have any healthy relationships moving forward. Because that's not how you treat women. That's not how you treat partners. Just be better, dude. I know you're young. Hell, I was immature like that, your age, but like it sounds like your girlfriend at this time is like communicating with you, telling you what you need to do to fucking better yourself and like better your relationship. Just open your damn ears and listen, dude, because you're not gonna have a good time if you keep going down this route.
Yeah, we've all been early 20s, done dumb shit. Take it as a learning experience and grow from that.
Yep.
All right.
Oh shit, it's me, huh? Damn.
It is you.
I got so caught up in that. Boy, that guy made me mad. Holy shit. Well, let's move on to the next story. This one is posted on r/relationships by thinlove5505. The title is, I read my fiance's journals and don't know if I can marry him now.
I don't love reading private journals, but I also wonder if this opened your eyes to something. I'm torn on this one right off the bat, but love to hear what goes on.
All right, let's get to it. Give me 1 second. Sorry,
no, it's all good.
Screen froze a little bit.
Classic.
And then I think my internet went down a little bit because there was like
because of the
crazy shit. It might be happening outside right now, and I just don't know. I'd be kicking it with you guys.
This is gonna be our car through the coffee shop window moment.
Just
your back.
This is how we go viral. You know what I'm saying? It's just like peak storytelling. Then boom, I'm just flying in the sky.
I'd rather go viral from a crazy story than your house being torn apart.
All right, story goes as this. I, 43 female, am using a throwaway for obvious reasons here. Before I start, yes, I know I'm a huge jerk for snooping in his 56 male email, and I definitely...
Ages again? Sorry?
43 female,
oh, okay.
56 male.
Gotcha, okay.
It's clear passage on.
I blanked out the first part of the sentence, and I was like, okay, this could be dangerous.
Where was I? I know I am a huge jerk for snooping in his email, and I definitely found trouble. I accept that. I was working on his computer, and his Gmail was open, and I saw my name, so I opened it, and it was a Word doc that he journaled. Oh, I burped, sorry. Curious, of course, I searched his inbox with my name and saw his entries and read them. Some of what he said has devastated me and shaken me to the core. We have been together almost 3 years. The first year on and off and was rocky. We have been living together since the summer. He's not home, and I have not brought this up yet. I think I might faint and need some space. Should I get some distance and go to a hotel for the weekend? Girl, tell us what the
What did
fucking
it
story is
say?
first. Hold on. Hold on. We'll tell you after we read this shit. I thought we were in a great place. Over the past 10 months, these are some of the things he's written about me. For reference, I put characters in place of my name. I blanked out there. And these are some of the things that they put. There are moments, and this was, by the way, what was written in the journal, word for word. There are moments in my dark thoughts where I feel like being with her is a compromise for me. Like this somehow diminishes me and that I am settling for her because I have ruined all of my other prospects and I'm too old to find someone else.
What the fuck?
The next entry, I guess. At times, I wish he had stayed out of my life. I wonder if I had stayed on my own, if someone better would have come into my orbit. There's so much to deal with, so many bad feelings and darkness. I find that I'm thinking about Lauren a lot, but who's to say that she would be any better? I guess Lauren's
This is
old
the guy from
girlfriend.
your earlier story with Kelly.
Maybe. The reality is that I met her on tour and fucked her a day later. What kind of woman is that? I feel like I have pissed my life away and this is all that I'm entitled to. I have pissed away all of the good things in my life. Next entry.
Bro, you
So,
don't have to be with this person.
yeah,
Like, just break up. Why do people think that they're trapped? You can just
leave
break
if you
up.
want to.
You
Seriously.
think that'll help your mental health?
Next entry. Someone like Opie's name would never have been able to get to me. When I was younger, I had many opportunities to be with women like her, but declined. I am uncertain about whether this is a good thought pattern to have. I hate this guy.
It's not.
And they put, my mind wanders to places like what it would have been like if someone like Lauren could have been in my life instead of OP. Lauren has the advantage of existing in my mind as an ideal. We never really got the chance to know each other outside of 2 nights and a week of texting and talking on the phone. I know that she has a drug past, but has been sober for over a decade. I don't think she was promiscuous. Most guys that I know that knew her in the old days indicated that she didn't have a lot of men in her life. That's not to say that there hasn't been a lot of darkness in her life. It would have been easier to be with her. There weren't all of these men in her orbit like OP. She was never married, so there was no divorce. She's not as emotionally damaged as OP. In some ways, I feel like being with OP is some sort of karmic thing. Like, this is what I deserve for being non committal for most of my life. I have my own damage. Everyone likes to think that they are a good person, but there are moments when I am not so sure about myself.
Get therapy.
Big time.
I just fucking get therapy and break up. What is fucking? I have to downplay my partner to feel better about myself. You are a fucking asshole, dude. Oh,
And the yeah, that's it. And the
Holy
freaking
fuck.
cowardice of someone not be. First of all, like I think you said it best already, Josh. Like, just break up at this point, and no one has to settle for anybody if they don't want to. Why are
Yes.
you stringing this person along, having some freaking, you know, journal entries, basically bad mouthing the fuck out of this person and demeaning the hell out of them, hyping your dumb ass up like, oh, I'm hot shit, I can pull any women. And the girl that you're lusting, you've only met twice, and all of a sudden you're like thinking they're like the best shit in the world. I mean, they could be. We don't know that, but still, to berate your current partner like that is insane to me.
Yeah. Dino BS asked, and I'm not picking on you. This is a genuinely good question. What if he's in therapy and if the journal is where he puts all his negative thoughts? I think if he truly thinks this thing, he should still break up with her. This is not fair to
Yes.
her to be in a relationship where your partner doesn't love you and is just being with you as a consolation prize. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, and just the way, even though like he's saying that in his private thoughts, or like let's say he is going to therapy, it's one of those things where it's like his inner thoughts and his beliefs still looking at his partner like a lesser person than he is, and which is kind of unfair for OP because it's like, all right, well, they should be with someone that looks as them as their equal, or better like like their better half essentially, and
Yes.
it's totally unfair. It's totally
Yeah.
unfair.
Exactly. And I want to make clear, I wasn't ripping on Dino BS. I thought that was genuinely a good question. I just
Yeah.
wanted to answer it because I feel that Reddit would have had a couple people in Reddit would have had that question as well. Just wanted to make it clear that even if that's therapy, that's his true thoughts, intrusive thoughts, I still don't think it's fair for OP to be, a consolation prize in a relationship. So,
agreed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me.
That's you.
All right, let's bring it up a little bit. This is a crazy username. It was it's posted on Today I Fucked Up by How Do I Edit My Username?
That's funny. I think I picked someone like that. Oh, we're gonna record after this, Wikimaniacs. I might have to change another story. No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
So this one is Today I Fucked Up by putting BJ's for 2 hours on my calendar at work.
Definitely good thing I picked an extra story to do.
Yeah, we're recording Tuesday episodes after this. So.
Yeah. If you're a rich $10 Patreon, you know what to do.
Although I just messed up John's Tuesday story.
I always come ready, brother. I always have a backup just in case. All right.
Hell yeah. All right, so let's hop into this story. This happened about 2 hours ago, and I'm really feeling the shame, so I figured I'd share it with all you children who will be equally amused and embarrassed for me and my wife. So I recently got a promotion at work, and it comes with a shared administrative assistant. The admin, among other things, can help schedule, move, and cancel meetings for me. To do this, she has access to my calendar and can see all of my meetings. My wife and I have a membership to a few wholesale clubs, including BJ's and Costco's. On Friday, my wife wants to go with me to both, so we can get stuff for a party we're having this weekend. What is BJ's? I don't think we have that here.
I don't know if we have that here in the U.S. Costco is obvious, but I don't know about BJ's.
All right, let us know in chat if you know what BJ's is.
I do love them though.
The only thing I know is Booster Juice.
Booster Juice?
It's like a smoothie place. People are saying it's basically the whole same thing. Okay.
There's a BJ's in Houston. We'll ask Sean if there's BJ's there.
Yeah. He might take that as different.
I'm like, hey, bro, you get BJ's in Houston or what? BJ's is a restaurant because I love the fuck out of their pizookie.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, pizookie and the freaking avocado egg roll. I was gonna say I want BJ's right now, but that would sound really wrong. I'm gonna say it out loud because my wife is working on. I want BJ's right now.
Okay, yeah, a bunch of people know what Booster Juice is too.
Okay.
Maybe it's just Canadian. I don't know. Booster Juice is only Canadian, Stevie says. Okay, good to know. But it's basically a smoothie place. People say I'm going to get BJ. That's so.
I'd get my ass beat if I said that out loud.
All right, so they're going to get to BJ's and Costco's for the party they're having this weekend. Well, my dumbass went into my calendar last night and blocked off 2 hours on my own calendar for Friday with the simple title of BJ's.
Damn, I'm about to get a lock job in that bitch.
Obviously, you can see where this is going, but my new admin pinged me today and we had the following convo. Her. Hey, just a reminder, I can see your calendar now. Me. Yep, I remember, but thanks for the reminder anyway. Her. And that means I can also see all the meetings you had yourself. Me. Still not realizing. Yep, I got it. Her. So I can see the meeting you put on your calendar for Friday at lunch. Me. Oh God. Holy crap, I'm so sorry. My wife and I are going to Costco and BJ's, and I blocked off 2 hours to run some errands. I promise. Her. LOL, you could do whatever you want on your own free time. I just thought I'd remind you. I don't think she believes me, and now will be super embarrassed every time I see or talk to her. Yikes.
Oh shit. Wait, Emily put stinking sporting goods, but that's dicks. I do
dicks.
Oh man. They're building like I was gonna say building a huge dick over here. But they're building like a complex next to like this basically a massive dick. And we're going it was next to our Nordstrom rack, like, and me and Juliet were going there. And then, like, my dumbass, I can never be taken out in public. And I said it out loud. I was like, God damn, that's gotta be the biggest dick I've ever seen. And then, like, there's like 2 old people behind me were just like staring at me. I was just like, what is this Brown saying? But I said it out loud. And Juliet was just like, I cannot take you anywhere.
Get back in the car.
Get back in the car. I got in trouble, but I'm like, mean, it was a pretty big dick, babe.
It was huge.
It was huge.
Oh fuck. That is a crazy. It's crazy he didn't even put Costco in there, just BJ's. Like at least then it would seem like okay, maybe they're doing Costco and blowjobs.
Hey, those $1.50 hot dogs, they're
we're
pretty
getting
big.
glizzies tonight. I need 2 hours for that.
Hey, 2 hours of that? Man, I gotta say, that shit gotta hurt your jaw. Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, we
right.
definitely picked the same story because I was gonna use
Yeah.
it.
When I read it, I was like, this is a John story. He would love this. I figured you would have that.
Yeah, well, you know how I think, brother. We've been doing this shit for almost 4 years together. I think you know how my brain works.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, shit. All right. I do have my last story, unless Josh has another one.
Yeah, I have one, potentially two, but go ahead.
Okay. I'll give you some time. There's ads because there will be a trigger warning for this one. And this one is for suicidal preparation. So that's going to be the trigger warning that the story included in the story. I didn't know how to talk.
We already have self-harm on this one.
Sure.
All right.
All right. So giving you guys a heads up, Wikimaniacs, if this is not something that you guys want to listen to, I will say that this story is pretty uplifting. So I will say that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the title for this one is, or this one is posted from r/marriage, and this one is posted by Worried Spouse. Again, trigger warning for suicidal prevention, and I'll spoil it, but this one is actually posted on r/best of Redditor update. So there's gonna be a happy ending, just to let you guys know.
Okay, there is light at the end of this tunnel.
There is gonna be light at the end of the tunnel. So the title is "I'm worried about my husband and I don't know what's happening." All right,
Okay.
let's get to it. We are going through a really tough time right now, and he's been really depressed. Well, he was until 3 days ago when all of a sudden he's all calm/happy. Like a switch flipped, and he's absolutely calm, as if he wasn't sad before. It sent my alarm bells ringing, but I chalked it up to him just trying to get over his emotions. We live 15 minutes away from a big university where both our children, they put 21 and 19, attend. They came home randomly yesterday, and I was caught off guard. They said their father requested them to come over because he wanted to give them something. He proceeded to give them 2 boxes full of their childhood memories: teddy bears, photo albums, old toys, etc. It was so odd because they are in college and one lives in a dorm and the other lives in a college apartment with friends. It would make more sense for that stuff to stay here at the house, but he seemed so insistent on giving them these relics from the past and seemed overly happy to do so. Today he stayed home from work, and sorry, Kevin's barking. I work part and they put I work part-time and didn't have work today. He's been cleaning all day. He's always helped clean up, but today he's doing a deep clean, which is something he usually dreads doing. I'm worried. I don't know what this mood switch is, and I don't even know what to search on Google. It seems like normal stuff, but I know him, and that is definitely not normal, especially the suddenness. Does anybody know what could be happening? Has this happened to anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, it could be multiple things. I mean, I have had moments where it's just like midwinter seasonal depression. You're like really fucked up for like a couple weeks, and then like that first sun hits you, and it's like above zero for the first time, and you're just like you're almost rejuvenated as a person. Could be that. I'm hoping it's that because that's the better option of what it could be. It could also be like, you know, much darker where it's acceptance of, like this is the end for me kind of thing. And I hope it's not that. But I would definitely like talk to your partner because there's not many other ways to figure it out unless you have a conversation with them.
Yeah. No, and this is like, it's probably not the same feeling that OP has, because like everyone kind of has their own experience. But when I separated from like the Air Force, like I got diagnosed with uh what I got for like anxiety. I also got one for like depression and all that, and there was also one for like forgot the term that they put for it, but it's on my damn VA, but somewhere, but it's like adjustment disorder is what they gave it. Um, it was hard because like for like, 6 years of my life, like that was like my purpose. Like, and then going to the civilian world where it's like, I came in there when I was like in my 20s and then getting out as like, mid 20s. It was like hard to readjust back to the world. So I didn't know what my purpose was for a long time. So had a hard time, like, couldn't stay in one place for a long time, like at work, because it's just like, oh man, I'm like looking for a community. Like, I don't know what the fuck that I'm doing in my life. I had no purpose, like
Mm.
basically getting out. So, like during my evaluations, like that was rough because that was like the conversation you'd be having with a professional. It's just like, damn, like why am I here? Like, what am I doing? Like, I don't even know what my purpose is at the moment. So, um, but kind of like what this wife is doing right now, like she started seeing the signs, like she started like, asking people for help. And that's kind of what Juliet, like, did for me essentially,
Mhm.
like she checked on me a lot. She like looked for like warning signs and all that shit. And, she helped me through it with a lot of stuff. So it's kind of what this wife is doing. And it seems like she was very quick on her feet and like, trying to get to like help. And luckily, a lot of people in the comment sections just outpour with support. Lots of like resources that they provided, like, hey, this is what you should do in emergency situations. So basically, everyone in the comment section advised OP to take action, and that this is an emergency. So
Mhm.
um, they did update like one day later. And they put, I want to thank everyone who commented. I only had 45 comments when I decided to talk to my husband, and had been on Reddit since. So coming on and seeing 300 plus comments was overwhelming. After reading those comments and seeing suicide mentioned so much, I got a knot in my stomach and researched behaviors of someone ready to commit. And sure enough, it matched his. I got so mad at myself for being so ignorant to behaviors of mental health crises, and I went to talk to him and told him I love him so much and that if he was planning to do something to himself, that he didn't have to do that, and I'd help him with anything. He then broke down crying. Guys, I've only seen this man cry once, and that was his father's funeral, and even that was just a few tears. This was more of a cry, like full on breakdown. I held him when we both cried, and he told me that he was broken and didn't feel like he could go on and that we'd be better off without him. I vehemently told him that he was absolutely wrong and that we'd be destroyed without him. We talked for hours, and I asked for his permission to call his sister, who is the only person outside of her immediate family that he trusts fully. She came over, and we all talked for a while. His sister and I convinced him to let us take him to the ER. And after a medical and mental evaluation, they concluded he was a high risk, and they kept him. That opened my eyes to how bad it was, and that's pretty much it. They still have him, and I'm at home. His sister offered to stay with me, but I told her to go home. And she has her own family, and I don't want to keep her from them. And I don't know what to tell her. I don't know what to tell our kids, or even if I should tell them. I'm lost and worried, and just wanted to help my husband. So,
Uh,
relevant comments. Just go ahead,
oh,
Josh.
I would just give OP advice. Don't like hesitate to take help from the sister. Like if you
Mhm,
need someone to like be there with you mentally, like that's okay to need that because you're also going through this as well.
mhm.
So don't be afraid to ask for help
Yep.
in your case as well.
Absolutely. And a lot of the comments like pointed that out as well. And they were very positive in OP, which I'm very glad. Like sometimes Reddit can be a scary place, but when in situations like this where people can actually help and give valued advice because maybe they went through the same experience and all that, sometimes I have hope for Reddit, and in this situation, I was pretty happy that they helped out. So existing source 2692 commented, "You're an absolutely amazing human and wife. Do not assume you should have known. Most of us never even think of suicide as a real thing until it's presented like this. You did the most absolutely right thing by noticing signs and reaching to it."
Oh, John's gone again. Right when he was making me sad. Oh, he's back.
I'm back. I'm back. Oh, I keep these damn tornadoes
These
keep
damn
getting to me,
tornadoes.
brother. Um, where was the last thing I left off? Do you remember?
Honestly, I forget.
Is it you will
Uh,
go okay, so you will go through waves of emotion. Please consider popping into a counselor just to talk it out. You will want to be strong for him, but you are human too, and this is heavy, which is
this is a serious story, but everyone's just saying the tornado guy in the chat.
and I put white again. That's what Josh says to himself every morning when he wakes up.
When John disappears, we'll call it the whiteout.
Yeah, the whiteout is just Josh in the story now. And then chronically Dulce put, very well written. I second this about a counselor or therapist. Although we have to be strong for them, sometimes it is hard to carry, and there's nothing wrong with reaching out for any type of crutch during the hard times, which kind of what you kind of said there, Josh. Like, don't be afraid to like take that help from the sister, because they're there, they're offering. And sometimes when someone extend their hand and like they say they'll be there for you, that's kind of all you need to hear. And hopefully like you do accept that help.
Yeah.
Um and then last thing, it's kind of like the last advice that people say, that like right now, like OP completely trust, or like the husband completely trust you. So like they would basically wait to tell the kids what was happening until he's ready to divulge that himself.
Oh
So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
That's
they were just like, let him be on his own timeline. He's doing his best to like, get through it right now. When he's ready, then he'll probably ask you for help to like, tell the kids together.
yes. That's something you do together.
Yeah. But that's
Oh, that's okay.
that's it.
Well, I'm glad he is
Mhm.
in a safe spot right now. And yeah, I hope uh, nothing but the best going forward for you too. Yeah, everyone is just commenting on the sound. Terraphon sounds apparently.
Is this the low?
I don't know. We're like on our end.
We're like hella loud on our end.
It might have just been quiet because it was a somber story. So maybe we were just
Mm.
quieter. But oh, Sean's favorite just sent a super
Oh,
chat.
D nice. Dennis.
Said it's D nice merch is getting delivered today. Eek. I'm glad your merch is getting delivered. That's awesome.
Yeah, Karina said the voice is definitely lower. I think we said in the beginning too, like, we don't know. We don't know. Like, we're super loud on our end for some reason. Like the streams are always low for some reason.
Yeah, I haven't changed anything, so I don't know what would be different, but maybe YouTube is doing some stuff on their end. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let's uplift ourselves here with a classic petty revenge, John. And this is by Darling lower score Darcy. And the title is Tesla drivers hogging the chargers in my building. No more free charging for you. XOXO. What's that from? XOXO.
Gossip Girl,
Gossip Girl.
baby.
I always want to say Gilmore Girl, but
I have quite a bit of like people that I know who does own Teslas, and this was like pre Elon being a piece of shit, and like there was actually incentives of getting a Tesla.
he was always a piece of shit.
I mean, I don't follow anyone like else's life right like that,
That's
so I
fair.
don't really give a shit. But a lot of them like has changed like the emblem on their cars just so they're like, or they put stickers saying like, I bought this before I knew he was a dick.
Yeah, our one of our best friends, they have a Tesla as well, and they're just like, I hate it so much now. Those things cost 25% more now, so enjoy that.
Well, I heard his stocks is like going stupid low in Europe, so Europe keep doing your thing, bankrupt this motherfucker.
Hell yeah, Europe knows how to protest. I will say that.
Mhm.
We love them for that.
And I will say this is not a hot take. I actually believe this 100%. If you own or drive a Cybertruck, you have mommy issues.
I agree with that.
It's like no one ever paid attention to you in your life. That's why you're driving that piece of junk.
Well, it's twofold. It looks like a piece of shit. I've never looked at a Cybertruck and been like, that's cool. And then the second thing is when they came out, Elon was a proven piece of shit. So it's just like, god damn. Anyway, let's hop into this story and see how this revenge goes.
Let's do it.
So I live in a wonderful mixed-use building, and it's been great. Lovely amenities and decent tenants, even free electric car charging. This was simple and easy for the last 2 years, and then out of nowhere, more and more Tesla people moved in, bringing their swastika cars with them.
Yes, that's a good name to call
That's
it.
a great name. I've never heard that, but fucking love that. And it's like, oh, okay, it's 20 EV It's 20 EVs sharing 4 chargers. No biggie, because most tenants respect the building's 4-hour limit rule, which should bother no rational person that understands not everything is about them. However, Tesla drivers are a different breed, and a few of them think that those rules don't apply to them. Whether it's because they have a bigger car or they have kids or whatever the excuse they have for hogging the chargers day and night whenever they can. Yeah, they have bigger batteries and need longer charging, but 4-hour limit is 4-hour limit. It wouldn't be fair if someone in an on-site laundromat hogged all the washers and dryers all day long, would it? Who gives a shit for their reasons for hogging the chargers? But wait, this gets interesting. So recently the guest level parking chargers stopped working. Something is wrong and nobody can get it to work. Now we're down to 1 downstairs and that's it. Remember, each charger has 2 points, so it's 2 charging cables for over 20 EVs and some malicious Tesla drivers among them.
Damn.
That's crazy. I'd be bugging my landlord to get that fixed quickly. I decided to leave a note one night on the charger itself because said malicious Tesla driver decided to charge both of their cars the entire afternoon into the evening, taking up all the chargers, which others needed to get to their jobs and whatnot. It simply said 4-hour limit applies to everyone. However, the next morning, I went to charge and found the note ripped up with a portion left with a reply written, "Say it to my face," in all caps. And since then, it's just been a race to the chargers before 4 p.m. to avoid the greedy Teslas who come and take them up all afternoon and night. Sometimes they win, sometimes the rest of us do. More recently, someone else left a note as well addressing their behavior saying, "Please consider other drivers need to use these too." And the reply left on it was, "I saw you on my cameras, laugh my ass off. I won't consider shit." Jesus. So I took this up to the top. I took that note and the photo of my ripped up note and sent them not only to the property manager, but to the regional manager for the property management company itself.
Who have many the assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah.
Should be all right.
Manager, assistant to the regional manager, who have many more buildings throughout the country. They got back to me and I informed them that not only was this charger not working and this hogging was happening, which was a mild concern, but then I decided to use my nuclear option. And I told them that their EV chargers hadn't been charging anyone any money. So apparently after 4 hours, they're supposed to charge you money, but this wasn't happening. This really got their attention, and I found out that they are to replace these chargers entirely with new updated charge point chargers that will start charging tenants money after 4 hours. Even if it's a customary $3 to $4 per hour, this will add up for the Teslas hogging the chargers all day and night. Now, you might think this will affect me too, but my partner and I are dinks, first of all, but also my EV doesn't take long. It's tiny, and I only need 3.5 hours to charge fully usually. Basically, unless I'm inconsiderate asshole, I won't get charged ever. And that's the story.
I love it.
I love the pettiness.
My next suggestion, this is going to be in a video game, right? If y'all ever play Grand Theft Auto, like when you do weapons and there's like C4s? I'm just saying. Then just gaslight them. Gaslight them and just blame them like, you do know there's studies that Teslas do be exploding. Maybe you charge it for too long and the battery exploded. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I just can't imagine being so inconsiderate that you take it up for like all day and night.
Seriously.
That's crazy, dude. Like it cannot be, it cannot need that much of a charge. Insane.
Bro, if you're going to act like that, go buy a fucking house so then you can charge your Tesla as long as you want. If it's a shared unit like that, bro, don't be fucking greedy.
Yeah. Jasmine asked what's on Josh's cup. It says, I came, I saw, I forgot what I was doing, went back, got distracted, and have no idea what's going on. Is this my cup? I have to pee.
That's like the story of my life. And then emphasis,
for you, John. You need
emphasis on the first line too.
Yeah. I think it's Sienna's cup. So it's not actually mine, but I love it. It's fun. But yeah, that was my final story of the day. I do have some PayPal donations we haven't got to in a long time.
Read them out, brother.
Figured I'd read them out. Araya sends $6.90. Hell yeah. They say, thank you from the bottom of my heart for keeping me sane on drunk subway rides home, like right now. Much love to you. Also, I love Sean's laugh. That heartfelt ha 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 makes me grin in every situation.
And Sean always denies that he's not the favorite.
I know.
He's the favorite.
He's everyone loves him.
Who doesn't love Sean?
Kenzie says $25. They say, hi guys, my name is Kenzie and I'm an American Sign Language interpreter. I love your pod and listen to it when I have those long drives to assignments. Thank you all for being amazing allies to the LGBTQ plus community. Love you, and I would like this donation to go to the Trevor Project. Absolutely, we can do that. Thank you, Kenzie, for that.
Thank you.
I already read Elena's message. Donatella sends $4.20. Blaze it. They say, I'm currently listening to the Venmo shoutouts at the end of episode 323, where Josh mentions people commenting on his rich white person laugh.
Hey, hit us with one of those laughs, bro.
I have all episodes. It reminds me of when I listened to the podcast in the car with my mom. Don't worry, she basically doesn't speak a word of English. And she hears Josh laughing. She always says, they laugh like English people. Whatever that means. And I have to remind her that none of you is from England. LOL. I love all your laughs. They're contagious. Lots of love from Italy. Yeah, no one in my immediate vicinity is from England. I think you have to go back 3 generations potentially. But I guess.
Wait, Donatella is in the chat.
Yeah, they are. I saw them.
Oh, hey.
Shelby sends $13.41. I just want to say thank you for making such an incredibly entertaining podcast. Never in my life did I think I'd find myself so invested in an all-male podcast, but you completely changed my perspective in the best way.
Don't trust all of them, though, please.
No,
do us a favor. Don't do it.
I sent $20, but apparently you only received $13. That fucking Canadian dollar, eh? Anyway, keep on keeping on, Shelby. And you were close, Shelby. We got $13.41. So that's a crazy conversion rate for Canadian dollar. Love it. Alana sends $10.69. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And especially after this episode, they say, guys, I'm going to need some in a video game merch. Thanks for the laughs and being a safe space. One Rich from France. Hell yeah.
I feel like we just need to design ourselves like pixelated with us like having a murder weapon or something, right?
Yeah. Well, I want
at least
like
for me.
a boat on fire with us standing around it in pixel form. You know what I mean?
I'm not that artistic, baby.
Neither am I, but it's my vision. I have that vision. Kayla sends $10.61 and says, just because y'all are so great. And finally, Travis sends $10 and say, hi, I'd love for you to read my story, my awful first meeting with the therapist. Posted it to the subreddit. Anyway, love you guys. It's great to listen to you while I work. So we can read this one. I will say, I think OP is from Germany.
Okay.
So it is it's a little tough to read in some spots, but they did great for putting it in English. So let's start with the title. The one-time therapy was the worst option.
Hey, I've had to go through multiple ones to get the right person. So
I have too. Yeah, you're not going to hit every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes therapists don't vibe with you, and that's completely okay.
Yep.
Try again. All right. So first time really writing about this, so I hope it makes some sense. I'm a trans man. When I was in about my 20s, fresh out of dropping out of an apprenticeship because of my then declining mental health, I was looking for a therapist closer to my parents' home. A family friend suggested her daughter's speech therapist. He was apparently nice, charismatic, and has taught autism therapists in the area. I am autistic, so it seemed like a good fit. So they're a speech therapist though, right? Is there I imagine there's a difference between regular therapy and speech therapy.
Someone smarter than us is gonna correct us because I have no idea what the difference between the two. Maybe like the specialty of it. I don't know what to say.
I guess it depends on what you're going for.
Maybe, yeah.
But we have tons of therapists in our community, so they'll let us
Way
know for
smarter
sure.
than we'll ever be. So you let us know. Oh, Angie said there's a huge difference. So
Yeah, okay.
couldn't even tell you where to start.
I figured so. I watched the King's speech a long time ago. That had a speech therapist in it. All right, so me and my mother comes along with doctor's visits, come in and sit in the waiting room. A nun walked out of the therapist's office. Strange, but oh well. We get called in. The office is decorated in part with Catholic Christian stuff. The therapist tells us that we can take off our masks. This was back in the late 2020s at the time. We get to talking, and I tell him I'm a trans man wanting to start hormone therapy, etc. Tell him my problems, that I dropped out of my school, and my apprenticeship. It has been a few years, so I do not remember fully what happened in the next, in what order that the next things happened. But, and this is a trigger warning for homophobia, so just heads up for that.
And the therapist is homophobic?
Well, it sounds like a very Catholic therapy session.
Okay.
He unprompted starts talking about how same-sex partnership should not be called marriage because marriages are a Christian thing. How so many young people want to be queer. He did not use this word. This was all said in German, and that they only want to do it because they want to rebel. I was already pretty much convinced that this guy was not a good fit for me at this point. Still, I asked him if he would be willing to prescribe me hormones. Crazy if you hear him say that and be like,
I'm
going to push his buttons.
Ignorant as hell, that therapist is.
I love OP for this. His answer, basically, yes. You know I am so empathetic that I would give us, I would give a suicide person a noose if I could. I answered with, it does not sound like you are willing to prescribe me the thing I need to have a social life. Again, I do not remember exactly what happened, but it was something similar to this. He called me a liar, full on told me to my face with my mother sitting there next to me that I'm a liar multiple times. There were some more red flags before this, but at this point I stood up and prepared myself to leave. They said, you can't leave. Your mother has the car keys. After he said that, I tried to leave the office. I don't fully remember if I started having a panic attack already or if it only happened after I accidentally walked through the wrong door into another room, but I completely started to break down. And the therapist followed me and stood in front of me. Someone he explicitly
followed.
Yeah, this is crazy. And he should know. Someone he explicitly knows is autistic and should know how it would react badly to a stranger standing extremely close, and just yacked at me while I was bawling wordlessly, screaming in fear. No clue how my mother got me out of this situation. I know my family friend removed her daughter from that guy's care, though. I'm now 25, doing much better. Hormone therapy and going back on meds for my ADHD helped me immensely. No more social anxiety, got a job and my own apartment, but fuck that therapist. I hope he lost his practice.
I hope so,
I hope so, too.
It do be this, like, holy than thou people be the most evil people in the world, bro. Like, how is not gonna shit on people who has faith in religion, do you, whatever, but, like, if you're gonna use words from the Bible to justify some of the shit that you do, isn't, like, God and Jesus's, I would say catchphrase is love everybody. What you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing being so damn evil to this person? They're seeking for help. They're seeking you to, like, a guidance to, like, help them go through and that's another thing too. Like, if you're damn Catholic or Christian, like, you want people to be good, bro. Like, you want them to, like, like to feel loved. I feel like that's just what everybody wants, right? It's to feel loved. And this person does not deserve a license, does not deserve a practice. I hope there's, like, at least accounts of people, like, complaining about this guy, so that way they can get their practice removed, because this is just an evil person all around.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what you said. I mean, I'm glad OP is doing much better in life. I hope you found a much more competent therapist and less homophobic and just piece of shit.
Jesus didn't die for this motherfucker over here, all right, man. This fool's an asshole.
The irony is people would hate Jesus nowadays if he was around.
I always see that one TikTok meme is like, oh, what if Jesus came back to Earth? Like, oh, would you let them in America? They're just like, yeah, if he had papers. We're like, if
crazy.
Jesus had papers.
Holy shit. But I appreciate you sending that in. Even though it was a very dark story in certain parts, but you know what?
We're glad that you're doing much better.
Yeah, we are glad that you're doing much better and living your best life. So thank you, Travis, for that story. But yeah, that is it for this episode, Wikimaniacs. Like I said, this is going to be posted audio sometime today. It might be a little later than usual just because we're going to be recording Tuesday episodes after that.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to know what Tuesday episodes are, you can be on the $10 patron at patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. I believe we have new merch up, Sean, if I'm not mistaken.
We do. Read it on wikishop.com. Sean designed it for us. If you like March Madness theme, jersey style, he's going to have like, a fist that has 69 on it. And in the back, it says, so sick. And he said that people buy it or else he's going to get really offended because that's his first design.
Yes.
And half of the proceeds is going to go to Planned Parenthood. So that's kind of what we're doing this year, people. Like usually every month we typically ask the Wikimaniacs on Patreon and Discord if there are any charities that they'd want us to look into. And why not give back to the community? You help us financially and all that. And we're going to just give it back at some point.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I just want to show people what this looks like. But yeah.
If Fred's Wild says, also remind the poors that they get content on Patreon as well. Hey, Fred, you wildin', bro.
There we go. The So Sick jersey. I didn't even know we sold jerseys.
Me neither, awesome. I guess. Hey, that's Sean's. Anytime money's involved, Sean got it figured out. Because
hell yeah,
I wouldn't know where to start.
But yeah, you can check that out on redditonwikishop.com.
Nice.
Get the merch.
Yeah, in the back it says so sick 69 and peek behind the scenes in the episode tomorrow. I think or Friday. I'm gonna say Backshot's about to look sick in that jersey. So.
Oh man, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to. There we go. Got us back. But yeah. Thank you very much, Wikimaniacs, for joining us for another live stream. We'll be back tomorrow for patrons and YouTube members, and Friday for everyone else. But yeah, with that, John, is there anything else you want to say before we close it out?
Is it 2 hours? Because if it's not, that's going to bother me. I want it to be 2 hours.
I think we just hit 2 hours, literally.
Hell yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.